Those infuriating lying robocalls, like the one claiming to be the IRS, well, now there is a government plan to hang up on them all. The FCC is launching a task force with several big companies to crack down on the awfully costly phone scams. Now, Carrie, usually Forbes doesn't like government intervention, but you say in this case we need it. That's the flip side. Go ahead.
It is a flip side, and you're right. They are infuriating. They drive us nuts. Sometimes government and private sector can work together, whether it's space exploration, disease eradication, drug development. There are instances when it can work. And also in spam on your email. When you opt out, it's very quick. It saves time. It saves productivity. We want to increase productivity on the show,
So, John,
right?
this is one time when we need government intervention.
No, the federal government was not created to protect us from annoyance, and a federal government that can protect us from annoyance can also do lots of annoying things. Stay out of it.
All right, so EMAC, it's very dangerous when the government says we can help.
Well, I like what Carrie's saying. I agree with it, because when these robocalls hit your cell phone, they use up your data usage, and you get charged for it. I don't think that's fair. I think this is okay.
Yeah, and Steve, sometimes, I mean, they are just pure scams, like the IRS. They actually call, one of these scammers called my house. My daughter got kind of worried about it.
Yes, well, there's scams everywhere, whether it's the mail, email, or robocalls. And by the way, not all robocalls are bad. I've done some for candidates, so I see sometimes as a source of enlightenment and education.
Steve, I'm going to have to take down your picture in my office. I don't know.
By the way, if you want to stop it, have the robocaller pay for your end on the call.
Oh, that's a good way. And Bruce, Seinfeld once had a perfect solution to this, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that's what I use. I always ask the robocaller or the caller or the telemarketer, I said, can I have your phone number and call you back later? And that usually kind of ends the call.
So, Mike, if we have these personal ways of dealing with it, maybe we don't need the government in there.
Absolutely, David. If you have the government in there, all any robocaller is going to have to do is make a donation to the Clinton Foundation, and they'll be exempt.
Carrie, there is a danger of this creeping government intervention. At first, they start out with a very noble cause, but the more they get their hooks in, the more we regret having them gotten in.
That is very true. I think if we can make it very narrow, very defined, very much, like a scalpel, just going in and saying this is explicitly what it's for. Like I said, the spam example, it's very opting out. It's very simple.
Okay.
Common sense is calling. It says, let's opt out.
Steve, did she convince you yet? Maybe there is a way.
Well, there is a way. Again, make the caller pay for it, and by golly, that'll cut
But without the FCC.
Without the FCC, and also the carriers have the technology now to cut it out. You could suggest to them, as government often does these days, why not offer that and make it free?
All right, let's leave it at
How
that,
about just do nothing?
Coming up, a new survey saying the biggest financial stressor in the U.S. is not being able to pay off your personal debt. But not for long. The debt-free picks to make you stress-free coming up.